everybody? It's the Rottweiler Patriots. I'm Vegas.
And I'm T-Bone.
And we're coming at you with another video today where we are going to discuss the Carolina Panthers Week 5 matchup against the Detroit Lions. The Panthers get manhandled by Detroit. Kind of an expected result for them. They know that they're not a very good football team, and they also know Detroit is one of the best football teams. So there weren't a lot of surprises in terms of the outcome of this game. T-Bone, as the residential Panthers fan, let's get your thoughts on this one.
Thanks so much, Vegas. Not too upset. I mean, I guess maybe I'm sort of in shock because we're 0-5. 0-4. Yeah, 0-5. But we're playing against good teams, dude. And while a bunch of the power rankings have us at 32, I don't. I still think Denver's worse. Denver's played worse teams. I think we have been on bad display and have played good teams, which is why we look so bad. I do think we're 30, 31. I don't know about 32. Game was hard to watch in the beginning. It started cooking in the middle, but it's still same old Panthers, you know. Let's point to some positives. Because I always like to point to the positives. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Panthers make me thirsty. Thirsty for a win. Thirsty for a ring. Thirsty for happiness. Bryce is looking better. So he did have that one. I know I'm going to say that. And they're like, oh, but Aiden Hutchinson's little snag that he did. Yeah, I know. But overall, he looks better. He's throwing it downfield more. And Frank Reich was kind of able to get his act together coaching-wise second half a little bit. So it's looking better there. Defense, we have so many injuries, and we were just so gassed. And we were getting so many turnovers on the offense that there's no way to stop it. And it's the Lions. I know I just said our offense is better, and it is, but that does not change the fact that Zavala came out with an injury. Prayers to him. That's neck. Hope he's doing well. And just not a great O-line. Doing better with our weapons, I guess is what I would say. We're doing better with our weapons. Bryce is looking more confident. Bryce is throwing it a little bit more. And more things are happening. We're actually throwing touchdowns. It's not just chuck it off to Miles Sanders, hope Thielen gets it. We're incorporating a little bit more. Now, Thielen, I did just say, we're not just doing let's hope Thielen gets it. That being said, we are using Thielen a lot. And you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm glad that he's spending his twilight years here. He's proving to be very, very good option for us. And is really proving that even though he's like only 33, he can still move it. He's been very good for Bryce, mentorship wise. I know a lot of people didn't want Bryce to start. Me as well. I kind of, like I said, doesn't hurt to stand behind Dalton. But that being said, this trial by fire that we're going through with injuries in our own line, if we can freaking keep Young before he dies, this will be good for him. Rookie season's always crappy. As I say, C.J. Stroud is a third in the league for passing yards and is actually being really good. But rookie season always has a little bit of bumps. I'm pretty sure Troy Aikman went 0-5 rookie year. Peyton Manning, 1-7, led the league in interceptions. A lot of greats come from rough rookie starts, and that's just how it is. You got growing to do. We can't instantly expect to win. I've gone back and forth on the coaching about Reich versus Wilkes. That being said, happy Wilkes is in San Fran. I'm glad because that is just a great place to be, and you can see him on full display. If you watched our live stream, you definitely could. So, and I don't blame Tepper for choosing Reich. I blame Tepper for what he's done to us, but I don't blame Tepper for that because I don't blame the logic behind. We have had nothing in our franchise but defensive coaches. Let's switch it up. We're getting it. We're getting a QB. Let's switch it up. Let's get it. Let's get an offensive guy. So that, I think Wilkes is probably the better candidate. He had the locker room. He had the culture. But I don't hate Frank Reich. Furthermore, someone underrated, Josh McCown, our quarterbacks coach, also a Carolina Panther quarterback. So all of that, all in all, I guess people are probably wondering. I was like freaking out the Saints loss, and now we're 0-5. But I mean, what do you want me to do? I can't freak out like it's the end of the world. I mean, obviously our playoff aspirations are kaput. I can't do anything other than just hope that this trial by fire, which is what it is with Bryce Young, will lead to something beneficial. And I hope it does. Mike McDaniels was McDaniels. I get confused sometimes. The Dolphins head coach, singing Bryce Young's praises, singing them. So people see Bryce Young think. They see him. They see the ball he throws. They see how he plays. So, unfortunately, with how we're playing, the Bears are going to have 2 first-round picks right next to each other, and they're going to be 1 and 2. That being said, it's the Bears, so they'll be all right. Well, they'll be fine. They'll mess it up somehow. Panthers will be fine. We snagged a lot of good guys later in late rounds, you know. So, honestly, the game overall, you can see everyone was getting a reception, literally everyone. And we got Chenault doing different stuff. I have always been on Chenault ever since we took him over. That man runs, that man returns, that man catches. It's everything. Defense, not great, but Dan Campbell is a unit and a half when it comes to coaching. And we have so many injuries. So we need to get back to nursing some of those and just hope that we can toe the line. Good news. Some of our cornerbacks are ahead of schedule on injury and recovery. So that is good. We're likely going to get, I think, Henderson sooner than thought. So I guess that's my thoughts. Sort of. I just not positive nor negative. I've given you both positive and negative, and I'm a Carolina Panthers fan in 2023, and that's what I am. Vegas, you got any thoughts?
I mean, you summed it up pretty well. Basically, what I got from Carolina this week is that we didn't really learn anything from them that we didn't already know.
Yep. Same old.
There's no real new information about this team. They went in against a very good Detroit team and played about as well as we expected against that Detroit team. And you look at some of the statistics and you look at the score and it's like, 24 points, some offense, not too bad. But for basically the entire game, the Panthers only had 10 points. They got 2 garbage time touchdowns when the game was so beyond over it wasn't even funny. So the performance wasn't as good in game as it was on paper. There were probably a few things here and there that improved. Young still has a lot to work on, though. You could definitely see that from him, even if he did do some things a little bit better. It comes with the territory of being a rookie quarterback in a rough situation behind a struggling and injured offensive line. So, that's just the way it goes right now. I don't really think we learned anything. Like, this was expected. We talked about Seahawks, Vikings, Lions, Dolphins were all expected to be losses, and that winning even one of those games was a massive, massive win for Carolina. They're 0-3 in those games, just like we thought they would be. Next week, you're traveling to Miami. That's not going to be an easy game for y'all. I've got some people worried that they're going to put up 80 instead of 70 like they did on the Broncos. You know, and then after that, you got the Texans and the Colts, and those two teams aren't too shabby either. So, y'all aren't playing well, but y'all don't have an easy schedule either. I can definitely see y'all picking up some wins. At least one win between the Texans, Colts, and Bears.
My prediction is this. We keep Miami below 70.
Yep. That's the goal. Just don't let them score 70. 69, that's a win.
No, literally. I don't give a rat's ass if it's 69. I couldn't. You know what? That proves that our defense, even as battered as it is better than the Denver Broncos.
You know what? Fair enough. I kind of wish y'all played the Broncos this year. You do not. Actually, do you even... I don't even think you guys play anyone from that division. No, you don't. No. You do not touch the AFC West. Which, probably a good thing for y'all.
So, oh, yeah. Definitely.
I don't know. But, I mean, y'all have some winnable games coming up in the future. Like, y'all are definitely in the worst part of your schedule right now. Y'all are being put through the meat grinder. And there's not a lot else to be expected from Carolina. Their goal is to work on some things, improve on some things, and maybe sneak one out if they can. Detroit has been all over it lately, so they went in there, did their business, got a win, and got out.
Let me ask you a question, Vegas. Do you think I'm right in saying that this trial by fire will be beneficial for Bryce in the long run?
I don't know. Because that's up to Bryce. Some quarterbacks, you throw them into the fire, they get beaten down, they can't handle it. They come out and they're not good. It doesn't work for them. Some quarterbacks work better where you sit them behind a guy and let them learn from a guy, and then you absorb information, get some reps in, then you start him once you feel like he's ready to go. The whole deal with Bryce Young is coming out of the draft, everyone kind of assumed that he was going to be the most NFL-ready quarterback of the big three that were on the table, and so far the very opposite has been proven.
We're also not good.
No, it definitely doesn't help that you're not good. It definitely doesn't help your offensive line isn't good. I personally think Andy Dalton should be the starting quarterback. I think that's better for the Carolina Panthers and for Bryce Young. Because the other thing is, you could really damage someone's confidence by just throwing them to the wolves and saying good luck while giving them nothing to fight those wolves off with. Like,
that's fair. That is totally fair.
And that's a little bit of the case with Mac Jones right now. I definitely think he's had a few confidence issues to kind of pivot in a different direction that kind of follows the same vein. Like, Mac Jones, definitely part of his performance issues, I think, is some confidence issues. He hasn't had a lot of help at all, and he's had to try to play the team out of some things. And, he's not Patrick Mahomes. Not every guy can play teams out of bad situations. And I think that's affected his confidence. And I'm honestly concerned that the same thing might happen for Bryce Young. Now, there's definitely the argument that, benching a guy can mess with his confidence as well. And I don't necessarily disagree with that there. I think in the long run, it's still gonna be better for him if Dalton starts.
And at this point in his career, I think it's easier to approach him with that compromise or, I guess, alternative, that opportunity of, hey, what say you sit on the bench for a couple games, watch Andy's, just to get another perspective in. Because with Mac's been starting. Mac's been the guy. Bryce is the guy, but he's a rookie. There's still time to just be like, oh, why not bench him? Just a little bit.
The thing is, I don't expect Frank Reich to do that. I think it's the right decision for the team, but I don't even know if Frank Reich is considering it. So
one thing that's really bothering me, because I want to like Frank Reich, I do. Every coach's job is to be vague. The end of story. Every coach's job is to be vague. Not this vague. Frank Reich is being overly vague about everything, and it's getting a little bothersome. Just a little bit. Although you have Bill Belichick, so I guess I really can't complain to you now, can I?
I think it's hilarious what Belichick does, because Belichick gives you nothing, and he does it in the funniest way possible.
Well, I guess it'd be nicer if he gave you nothing, but still gave you 6 Super Bowls. Frank Reich's given us nothing and also 5 losses.
Well, I mean, he's also only played 5 games. People are already trying to jump on and be like, the Frank Reich tenure is a big failure. Get him out of here. And it's like, y'all just had to play the Falcons, Saints, Seahawks, Vikings, and Lions. That's not an easy schedule.
Not at all.
At all. So, and it's a new team with a rookie quarterback and an injured offensive line. There's going to be growing pains. There's going to be figuring it out. The fact that people already want Wright gone is crazy. Something that really bothers me is everyone is so reactionary. The moment one little thing goes wrong, everyone's got to lose their heads.
Yep.
Everyone's got to go crazy.
It's so stupid.
People see, and I do think it has some level of effect on player confidence and team confidence.
Oh, it absolutely does.
So, let's take a chill pill, people. Give him more time to figure things out with this team. Honestly, I think you give him to the end of this year, see what happens, and honestly, probably wait till the end of next year, too. Let him get an opportunity to really work with these guys for a couple of years, build on what he's been trying to do, bring in more guys to make a better team, and if after all that, it's still not working, then you got to start asking some questions about him. So, patience is the name of the game. The 2 most patient owners in the entire NFL are that of the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 most patient owners. I don't think it's a coincidence that those are the only 2 organizations who have 6 Super Bowls. I'm just going to leave y'all with that one.
I'm gonna leave them with something. Steelers defense is contenders. Steelers offense belongs in the ACC. I also stole that from a comment, so that's not my own. That is a shameless steal.
Do you know who you got it from?
No clue. No clue.
Unfortunately, we do like to, if we see something and say it, we do like to credit people here, so we do apologize that we were not able to remember who that was.
Oh, no. This was on an Instagram reel. Don't worry. We read your comments. If I get something from the comments on our videos, we will shout you out. But this was an Instagram reel, so it's it's a little.
It's
We'll
a
be
little,
all right.
yeah. So, I
different.
mean, I don't really know what else there's to say. Normally, in this part, we're like, hey, let's go ahead to next week. But looking ahead to next week, you're playing the Miami Dolphins. You're about to get blown out of the water. Like,
Yeah, and, I gave you my thoughts on the Dolphins.
there's not much.
Let's hold them sub 70.
There's not
Sub
much
70.
else to say. So, if y'all do well against the Dolphins, it might be a positive sign. But if y'all don't do well against the Dolphins, well, not a lot of teams do well against the Dolphins. So I don't think it's a big deal if y'all get blown out. People are going to overreact and 0-6. But again, tough schedule, new team, rookie quarterback, injured O-line. So these things happen. Gotta give it some time, y'all. Just give it some time, and things will start to work themselves out a little bit. Patience is the name of the game.
Amen.
Please be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And that is going to do it for us today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button. Please be sure to subscribe. And we will see you all in the next video.